Hello, friends. Many of you have sent emails asking if I would say more about the history of the rituals of Easter. How am I talking about ending Holy Week, which has been the core faith of my family and Christianity for hundreds of years? How dare you suggest that at this point we dispense with Holy Week? Well, here's what happened. In the 1940s, the Roman Catholic Church began an information revolution. Pope Pius XII, opened up the doors to scholarship again. And as our scholars went back into the volumes in the Vatican Library, they discovered all of this history which had largely not been known. That information revolution really created what in the Roman Catholic Church was the Second Vatican Council, because we realized so much of what we thought we were doing was in concert with our origins was not. So even Pius XII, before the Second Vatican Council in the 1950s, Pius XII began to change the structure of Easter. And then the Second Vatican Council speeded that up, and the commissions and the liturgical commissions following the council laid out the principles that totally deconstructed and, in my language, ended Holy Week. What did they do? Here, first of all, they renamed all the Sundays of Lent back to their original names in our earliest second, third, fourth centuries. They did away with a Palm Sunday and put a ritual of palms connected to Passion Sunday, the last Sunday of Lent. They ended Lent at sundown on Thursday, which totally ends the idea of Holy Week. Easter no longer begins on Easter Sunday. Easter now begins at sundown or just past sundown on what traditionally has been called Holy Thursday. And they reinstituted the fact that Easter is 72 hours long. It's the 72-hour day, although another way to talk about it is it's 3 days as one moment. And the first day is from sundown on Thursday to sundown on Friday. There are two major rituals on the first day of Easter: foot washing, which is the proclamation of Easter; John's Passion, which is the proclamation of Easter. Second day, sundown of Friday to sundown of Saturday. The day of quiet is a proclamation of Easter. And then the third and great day, from sundown of Saturday until sundown of Sunday, in which there is the great night vigil, the vigiling time going through the hours of nighttime until dawn. And then at dawn on Easter Sunday morning is the most appropriate moment for the community to profess its baptismal promises, again in the light of each other, and then to begin to baptize the new ones. So in the revisions of moving away from Holy Week and moving now to the 3 days of Easter, the high moment is not the proclamation of coming out of an empty tomb. The high moment is our speaking our baptismal promises and the new ones being baptized. So in this way, the commissions after the Second Vatican Council in the Roman Catholic Church, which were then supported by the Anglican, Episcopal, and Lutheran traditions, all began this major revision in the late 60s through the 70s and the 80s. And then the leadership of the Roman Church shifted and the revision stopped and the forward movement stopped or paused. And very honestly, I kept going. So that's where my work comes in. I wish I knew of other people, and if this video goes out and there are other people who are continuing to do this work of restoring the fullness of the 3 days of Easter, which recognizes that Lent ends at sundown on Thursday, I would love to be in touch with you. Let's begin again. Let's take the small glowing embers from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and let's start a beautiful restoration of an Easter prayer of joy that we all need today.